activities that are on the CD. Okay, so let's all click on import together. And then your window, if you're on a Mac, is going to look like mine, but on the PCs, you're going to go to My Computer because you've got to find My Disk. So on the Mac side, it's hanging over there on the left-hand side. You see the little disk that shows up on the left? You just double-click on it, and it should say Burn for Class. So I want you to open up the folder that says Burn for Class. Anybody not with me? Okay. And there are, there's activities here, and what you're going to see is there's Animal Story Retail. We're going to do that tonight. We're going to do My Pizza Is tonight. We're going to do The Animals Went to Bed. So it's kind of showing you a writing activity, a couple of writing activities, and then a kind of a talking book. Then I'm going to show you a making words activity if we have time, a cut up words. I'm going to show you a scribbling activity. I've got the bookshelf template, and I've got some books and some songs that you can attach. But if we don't get to that, we will get to it next week. I'm not worried about getting through all of it. I'm just, yeah.
I
Deanna?
don't see Burn for Class.
Did you click over here on the left-hand side on the CD? That's okay. On the left-hand side, you should see a CD. Double-click on that CD, and then do you see a folder that says, yeah. You got it? Okay. So now what we're going to do is, remember we're importing. We're just going to import the first three. So double-click on number 1, and it's going to say Unpacking the Animal Story Retail IDT. If you're on one of my computers, you might see this import, don't replace. Just say do not replace. And then
I'm sorry, so we're double clicking on number 1.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be in effect 6 building?
Double click on number 1.
Import is complete.
Go back to import.
Import is complete, is that okay?
Import is complete. Click OK. Then go back to import again. And then go click on the disk again. Click on the Burn for Class again. And click on, double click on number 2. So you're going to import number 2 and number 3. If it's got a, do you want to replace, just say do not replace. Those will be my computers because I already have stuff on it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it opened the animal story?
There's always one in every crowd. It would not be your fault. I'm telling you, it's just the way it goes. So let's do File and Close. And there it, oh, here's your 506. So there's the, it's there. So now when you import, go find it again, and if it should open it, just go to File, Close, and then track
Is there a reason
back.
why these look different?
Yeah, they look different because, remember we were talking about the blue ones were the writing ones, and the ones with the 3 diamonds are probably, the orange one should be a studio. But what happened is when they started making things, Classroom Suite 4, they all started having all 3 colors. So you've got old activities and new activities basically kind of all there. Okay, so now you guys have all 3 in? I don't, so let me get a chance to import my 3rd one. Okay, so does everybody have all 3 activities in? Does somebody not have all 3 activities in? Okay, the first one we're going to go to is the IntelliTalk Story Retell. Okay, so let's double click on this Story Retell here. And now what I want you to do is I just want you to play through it one time so you understand what it does, how it works.
The lion. Went to bed. Went to bed. The lion to bed.
The snake
Some more.
went to bed.
Let's do some
Let's do some more.
more. Let's do some more. Went to the hospital. Let's read it all. The lion went to bed. The zebra crashed. Let's do some more. Let's do some more.
Okay, now, so get back to where you're at the page that looks like this. And when you get back to this page, look up.
Some more.
So I know. When I do workshops, I usually have green cups and red cups, green for go, red for but there aren't that many of you. You have 100 people in a computer lab, you better have some cups. And a lot of Advil. I once did 100 people in a lab. It was set up like a auditorium. So I was at the bottom, and they were all like 100 people on computers going up. Do you know how many people can have trouble when there's 100 of them? And it's very hard to run up those aisles to, oh man, that was it. That was the last time I said, oh yeah, I can do 100 people, that's fine. It's like, whew, those were the early days. Okay, so now I want you to think about how you could change this for your topic, even though it might be kind of simple, just to give you an idea of how to do it. Who remembers the 2 words I taught you last week that are your best friends? I'm so glad you guys are so loyal. All right, control, click. I'll even write it on the board. There isn't a board. Control, I'll write it over here. Control, click. Anything that you want to change in classrooms, well, there's boards, there's no markers. Oh, over here. Sorry. I sprained my ankle this week, so I'm like walking like a little carefully. I don't know how I did it, but I did. My trainer took a look at it and went, oh my gosh, what'd you do to your ankle? I said, I don't know. I said, so should I stop running? He goes, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. I will. Can I still walk? Yeah, you can walk. All right. And I'm not supposed to sit on it, cross-legged, like on the floor, which is what I do all day. So it's like, well, okay. So I'm 2 out of 3. You know, I figure I'm doing 2 out of 3. No, 1 out of 3. Right. I'm not walking, or I'm not running, but I am sitting on the floor. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's all control click. Control click means you hold down your control button and click with the mouse on the snake picture at the same time. This is what happens. If you go to the next page, then you didn't control click exactly the way I told you to. Has everybody got something that looks like this? Everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's the cool thing about Classroom Suite. Classroom Suite, whenever you do control click, you're probably going to get a window that pretty much looks like this every single time. And so the first menu you see is picture. The next one is actions. Actions are where the guts of the programs go. Oh yeah, if you don't, then just play through. Play through till you get back to that first template. Thanks,
I don't
Sarah.
have any sound.
You may not, I'll show you why. You may not have sound, and if you don't, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Poor Dion is having to work in a foreign environment, in the Mac environment. If you want to understand why things do what they do, you click on actions. Watch up here. Actions are all the commands that we tell the buttons, what to do. And so if you, how I learned Classroom Suite is I started looking at things that I really liked, and then I would go in the guts and I would say, oh, that's how they did it. And then I would just start doing it to other things. But I never did the training where you started from scratch, because to me the starting from scratch was just too like mind-boggling. So I just kind of found things I liked and just adapted and figured it out from there. But that's just how my brain works. So you're going to control click on the snake. And when you control click on the snake, the first thing is the button name. Do you notice the button name that's up in this highlighted area is the same as the name on the button? Thus the name, button name. So let's call it, let's decide, we're going to write a story about what? Let's write a story about, I don't know, somebody calls something out.
Fish.
Fish, okay. So we're going to say the fish. So let's type in the fish up at the top. Everybody has the fish in the button name. Okay. And now, picture. See, we've got 2 options for pictures. If I make my arrow hover over the file, it says insert a picture from a file. If I have my arrow key hover over the little picture frame, it's going to grab pictures from Classroom Suite, its library, and Board Maker, because they're hooked up together so that you can access both sets of pictures. So that way, if you want an activity that has pictures from the internet, pictures from your classroom, you can go and grab them by using this file.